All right, everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a drawing that you drew by hand in Photoshop so you can paint it in the computer, okay? So let's assume you already have your digital version of your drawing. So here is my drawing I did. I scanned it in, but you could take a picture as long as you take a nice, clean picture without like shadows on it, you know, as straight on as you can. That should work pretty well as well as a scanner, at least. But anyways, this one I scanned in. So, got my drawing, got Photoshop. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new document. If you don't know what size to create, I usually just go with like a piece of paper in case I wanted to print it or something. I don't have really any plans. I just go with a regular piece of paper, resolution 300. That should be plenty for as far as ever I'd want to take this thing. Okay, so there we go. I got a blank document. I'm going to take my picture, however I got it, scanned in, or actually I have this version too as a photograph. Scanned in is going to give you a little cleaner, more even lighting, I guess, because of the way the scanner works and takes a picture. But you know, you want to take the best one you can because it's going to create less work for you. So we're just going to drag and drop it into Photoshop. Okay, so now that I got it here. Oops, trying to make this bigger here. There we go. Now, I'm going to just resize it right now. So I do want a little bigger here, and I want to not distort it. I held down Shift because that's the old way that we used to not distort things in Photoshop. But they've changed it in the last version or so, and now you don't hold down Shift, which is great. Okay, so I've got it in there. You can hit Enter or Return when you're done. Here's my drawing. Now, over here, it's actually a linked file. Okay, so what that means is it's actually just taking it's taking the image that's here in my computer and it's putting it here so we can see it. Now, you can do some changes to it and all that, but I'm going to want to clean things up and maybe get rid of things and erase things. So I'm going to rasterize that, okay? So I'm going to select that layer. I'm going to go up to Layer. I'm going to go to Rasterize, and any of these would work because it's the smart object, but I could do the layer as well, or I could do all layers because it would just rasterize everything. And this is the only thing to rasterize. So here we go. Now you see that little symbol went away, and now we know that it's rasterized, and I can now paint on this picture and change it and do all sorts of things. So the first thing I do when I've got my picture before I change anything is I duplicate it. Just in case like I mess up and I need to get back to it, I don't have to go through this whole process again. So I'm going to duplicate my layer, and I'm going to call this, I'll just call it pencil. This one I didn't even call anything, but it's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it off. Actually, I'm going to lock it, turn it off. That's just going to be a backup that I have in case I mess up or something. Okay, so here we go. Here's my picture. Now you have two choices, what you want to do here. Depending on how you draw or how comfortable you are with everything, I can clean up this picture and paint underneath it or paint on top of it, however you want to think about it, or both actually is what I would do. Okay, so we're going to clean it up, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But the other option we would do, or we could do, is just redraw it. It depends on how comfortable you are with Photoshop and drawing on the computer and all that. So if I were to, let's do the redraw first. I'm not going to redraw the whole thing, but just to show you what I would do to set it up. Maybe I would take this pencil version, drop my opacity a little bit, just so I can see my new line a little bit better. I would go ahead and make a new layer and go here, hit the new layer button. I'll call this, you can call it clean or ink, or so I'll put ink because just what I usually do. And then I can just go ahead and maybe lock this layer. And again, I'm just locking things so I don't accidentally go on the wrong layer. I'm gonna lock that. Then I can go on this and get my brush, get the brush I like. Click there. And what would I want to clean with now? I could draw with a pencil look. It depends on the look I want to give it. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, got my black brush, and let's go ahead and way too big. Okay, so that looked too even for me. Well, maybe it isn't. Maybe I just pressed too hard. It should go thick and thin. So I could go like that and just kind of redraw my whole thing and go like that. Okay, so that's one way to go about it. Then I'd have a nice clean line with transparent underneath it. That'd be great. I could recolor it very easily and all that. Okay, one way. That's it. That's all. Basically, when you're done retracing it, you could go ahead and turn this off and color as seen in other videos, as I've done. I might make some more videos and color this. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, you would just go about the process like I did in the last set of Photoshop tutorials and just go ahead and color your painting. Okay, let's say you don't want to do that and you just want to use this and paint on this. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock it. Go ahead and do this. I do need to clean it up. Okay, so the first thing I do is, if I just want to use this to paint right on top of, is I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, and do Levels. Okay, now there are, there's two different ways to do levels. One is destructive, like this, which means it's permanently changing the pixels here. And there's a non-destructive way. Because I have a backup, I'm not too worried about going about it like in a non-destructive way. I'm okay with it if I, mess it up and have to fix things. It's fine. I shouldn't mess it up that badly. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I'm just saying that in case somebody knows. Well, hey, why don't you use the layer adjustments down here? Well, because I'm going to have to at some point rasterize it anyways and make those layer adjustments permanent. So I'm comfortable enough doing it now. So what I'm doing here is I'm darkening the darks a bit, taking the midtones, seeing which way I want to swing them, okay? Lightening the lights a little bit because I want to get rid of this gray as much as possible that I have there, the color of the paper. All right, but see, the more you go, the more detail you're going to lose. So right about there, maybe. About there. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to hit OK. So I cleaned it up a bit. I'm going to, let me show you the other one just so you can see the difference. I want to get rid of a lot of that gray. And I want to get this as white, like pretty close to white, if not all the way white. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Okay, let me go again now. Now I'm going to go back to Image, Adjustments. I'm going to go to Hue and Saturation. And I want to get rid of all my blue line that I can still see there. So I'm going to take the saturation and bring it all the way down. Okay. Let's see what this does. Probably nothing good for me here if I do that. Well, maybe a little bit of good for me. Don't want to go darker for sure. See, I'm trying to get white. So maybe I will bump it up a little bit. Okay, and I can live with this, or I can keep trying to tweak it a little bit. Image adjust. Maybe I'll try the contrast. Where is it? I guess I just go to levels. Brightness, contrast. No, I'll go there. Same thing as levels, it's just kind of automatically bumping the contrast, the lights and the darks for me. Okay. And now what I'm going to do here is I got my brush. I'm going to go ahead and use Option and select a color and see what color it selects here. And I can see here it went to white. So that's good. I've got white all back there. That's exactly what I want. Okay, I want white back there. Great, perfect, that's good. Okay, once I've got that, now I've got to clean it up, okay? And what I need to do is erase any little, little things that are maybe too obviously still there that shouldn't be there, like this part of the hair or any little mess ups or anything like that. Clean anything up. And, I kind of lost my darks a little bit. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to do levels again. Image, Adjustment, Levels. Let me see if I can bump my darks up. Grabbing this side a little bit. Let me see what the midpoints do again. Okay. Okay, that's that. Now, there is another way to go about this too, which might work depending on how you drew your image. So I could also possibly do this. It's not going to work for me because I added some shadows in here. But if you drew a pretty clean drawing, there's another thing artists do as well, and that's called a threshold. I'm just going to show you. It might not work for you if you didn't draw very blatantly like clean dark lines. So let's go threshold. And what threshold does is it changes it to complete black or white. And you can adjust the threshold that it kind of judges whether it's going to change it right here. So I didn't think it was going to work for me too much. If I drew this like with an ink pen, this would work really well. All right. And I was able to like erase all my pencil and all that. It would work pretty well. But it's not going to work for me because it either loses too much detail or keeps too much detail, and making it all the way black and white doesn't work. But this is pretty good. If you draw with an ink pen, this is great because then you can actually just select the white, and I'll just do it and undo it. But I could select the white because everything is either black or white, and then I can get rid of it with the magic wand tool. So if I go here, I can select all the white. I can delete it. And there we go. If I turn off my background, you can see that it's just a checkerboard pattern. Right? And I could color underneath it, no problem, and all that. But again, not going to work for me. Let me undo that threshold. But that's one option if you drew very clean lines. Since I didn't, I'm dealing with a pencil drawing. I'm going to have to paint white in. Okay? So I'm going to make sure I have pure white right there. Got my brush. And you just got to decide what brush is going to work best for this drawing. Depends on how clean I am. Now, I did some shading in here, so I kind of didn't do the best drawing to pick for showing this, but it's okay. But you know, it actually is good because then you might be dealing with similar issues that I'm dealing with. So basically I'm going to go around with white and kind of clean things up. Especially when I have little spots. Okay, in this line up here. So here's one kind of trick. Not trick really, just the way. When I'm far away, I mean, there's things you can do, the lasso tool and paint bucket and all that, but just to keep this simple, for like a beginner, we can just go here and get a big old brush and just kind of clean all that up in like one big spell swoop. Just get that all cleaned up. Sometimes I'll just delete it all. I'll just select it and delete it all, which is another option, just to make sure I don't have to deal with anything back there. Okay, and then after I get that, I'm going to go in a little closer now and kind of look around. And it's easy to get kind of maybe too caught up in this. So you don't want to get too close because most of it's not going to be noticed. I mean, and if you're doing a pencil drawing anyways, and you're going to paint that in Photoshop, I mean, if you wanted it clean, there were like a really clean drawing that doesn't look like a pencil drawing or something like that, there's other ways to go about that. Like this maybe wouldn't be the best way. Let's say I want to get rid of some of that shading there. Whoops. Okay, so I got a little bit too much, so I'm going to hit Command Z, do it again. So I kind of have my fingers hovered over the keyboard all the time. You got Command Z ready to hit if I go overboard. And so in that room, it's all like dirty. You know, probably the blue pencil, probably me erasing a bit. You know, tighten that all up there. Okay, but once again, I am doing a pencil drawing, so I just want to look for maybe the obvious things. Like, let's say over here. Maybe any like little pieces of grit that kind of, you know, are there on your drawing that you need to get rid of. Things just show up. All this down here, I don't need any of that. So you can drop my opacity a little bit just so I can lift off, kind of blend some of these areas here. Right, the cheek, I don't want a line there. Right, and this is a good opportunity as well. If you don't like something about your drawing, you know, you could fix it. Ooh, how'd that line get there? No idea. It's a good opportunity to change stuff. All right. Okay, and you can kind of do this until you're satisfied, right? Could go on endlessly and re-clean everything up. You could also redraw something, like let's say you don't like, and you want to fix it, and you realize something's a bit off, and you could take this time to kind of erase it and then redraw it. So a lot of options at this stage here. Okay, let me take a step back and see what it looks like and see if actually, let me first erase the reflections, because those should definitely be nice and clean. Okay, zoom out. All right, and there we go. Okay, got my drawing. Pretty much ready to go. Next step. So let me save it. Actually, I haven't saved it. Don't forget to save. Bad idea to do too much and not save. My general rule is if I get far enough that I do not want to do something again, I am going to go ahead and save it. Let's see. I'm trying to put it in the right place here. Nope, that's not the right place. That's not the right button. There we go. That's where I wanted to go. All right. We are now saved. Okay. So, got my clean version. Now, a lot of my painting is going to be kind of underneath this. So I'm going to go new layer, and I'll call this color. And I'm going to go below my pencil drawing. Okay. And let's just first do this. I'm going to give my background a tone. Okay. So let me go ahead and turn these layers off just so you can see what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and give it like a mid gray tone. Like that. Okay, now watch. I'll just put my pencil layer back on. And, oh, you can see where it's gone through here where my pencil didn't go all the way. That's okay. That doesn't matter. Because watch. I'm going to go to my pencil layer. And right here where it says normal, I'm going to change the mode. And I'm going to go to, you can see what they do here, all sorts of different things. But as you saw, multiply is the one we want. Multiply mode. Multiply makes that white all transparent, which is perfect for us trying to paint this picture. Now I can see through my background here. I can see my color layer. And let's go ahead and call this skin. And just for example here, I'll go ahead and find a little skin tone and paint underneath. I'm not even on a brush. Can't paint when not on a brush. Okay, I'll just go to that because I'm just trying to fill in areas. And let's see. So now, oh, let's get that to 100% opacity. There we are. I can go ahead and paint underneath my line drawing when I want to, so I can still see my detail and go from there. Okay, now again, we can still paint on top of our drawing. That's not a problem. We would just put a layer on top and do that. But now we have the option to paint underneath it and see our pencil detail. That's all I wanted to show you guys so far. I wanted to show you guys how to take your pencil drawing, set it up in Photoshop, clean it up, and get it ready to paint and do something nice, okay? Well, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.